Hey, Brandon here with the weekly update. Let's start with Stormlight 5. My 3.0 revision is at, bing, 15%. My target date for finishing that is last day of March, and it's looking pretty good for doing so. I'll have to do that, and then the 4.0, which is due last day of May, and then it's out of my hands. So hopefully I can get all of that done. Follow along and we'll see. Skyward Legacy, as a reminder, is done. And we're doing reads and things on that. You'll start getting updates on the revisions on that eventually. So, couple fun things for you this week. So we had at our convention this year a cool thing where you could make a spaceship origami based on the Skyward books. And if you did all this, you got this cool little story that's a short story that Jancy wrote in the Skyward universe. And we're putting those are up for sale. This little pack comes with the story, so if you want to get that. But we've had a lot of questions about just reading the story, so the digital version of that is going up this week, and that's for free. At dragonsteelbooks.com. So if you just want to read the cool little Skyward story, it's quite fun. Jancy pitched the idea. I think she did. Maybe I did. Either way, we came up with it together, and she did the writing, and it's delightful. So if you want to do that, and if you want to fold your own spaceships, we had a professional design doing these. They turn out really well. You can pick up this little pack on our store. The biggest question we've been getting is, what about the pins? The pins that were part of the year of Sanderson. When are we going to be putting those up? Those are not up yet, but they're coming on January 30th. And we're still talking about it. I've suggested to the team that we should have a pack of 8 for those who bought the year of Sanderson. And so you got 4 of them, but not the other 8. And then, things like that, groupings of them that you can get. But we're not sure how that's going to look yet. January 30th, you'll be able to buy your little packs of pins. I guess there's 13 because there's one of me. Whose idea was that? Was that Isaac's idea? Anyway, there's a pin of me. It's beardless Brando, but there it is. Let's see. What do we got? We've got our convention coming up later this year, and that's a ways off, Dragonsteel 2024, but our hotel rates are up and available, and we're selling out of those really fast. So I just wanted to make you aware. The convention room blocks they're under 20% left. Am I correct on that? So anyway, if you're planning to come, you may want to have a look at that. Dragonsteel.com to look at that. We don't have the tickets for sale yet, but those will go up. When do you think those will go up, Kellen? Spring sometime. Spring sometime is when the tickets will go up. So a cool little limited edition press called Conversation Tree Press. They're doing a new edition of the Foundation Trilogy, and they asked me to write an introduction for the first volume. So it's a tiny print run. It's 726 copies. So if you want one, go to conversationtreepress.com. Foundation is one of my favorite science fiction novels. It's a classic of the genre, and I do recommend it. I'm rereading it right now, actually, so that I can write my introduction, and it's a delight. It's really fun to read like a science fiction book from 100 years ago now, and just be like, what things were they thinking about back then? It really is proof that science fiction is about the now, not the future, but it's told through the lens of the future. It's a great book. Definitely a picture of what the United States was like at the time. People are still smoking right and left in the book, even though it's like the year 30,000. It's really fun, but it's also very well written. It once won an award for the greatest science fiction series of all time. So we have a few pre-order campaigns coming up. When these come across our desk, Publicity's like, hey, you should mention this just in case people are interested. So on the 24th through the 26th, Barnes & Noble is doing a kind of pre-order push, and this includes all titles of books coming out this year, and we noticed that it will include Wind and Truth. So they'll give like a 25% or like a 35%, depending on what tier of member you are. I think it's only for members of Barnes & Noble, but if you are 24 through 26, go look at that. You can get Wind and Truth for a discount. Likewise, up in Canada, Indigo, I don't think they have any stores in America, do they? Yeah, I've signed at Indigos before up in Canada. Very nice bookstores. I very much like them. And yeah, I know you Canadians watching are like, oh, this is America only, isn't it? This time, we've got one for Canada. Looks like Indigo's running a promo for their upcoming sci-fi fantasy books for pre-orders, and that includes The Silent Man, not Wind and Truth this time, but it'll be 30% off. So just throwing those your way in case you wanted to go pre-order either of those books in those specific locations, you can get a discount. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'll keep you up to date next week on how the revision is going. Until then, enjoy the books.